Welcome to the JRC Homestead located in the Texas Hill Country. Stay tuned for a short video and some photos of our new adventure. After laying down the newspaper, putting in the straw and blood meal, and then putting another layer of compost and manure and a little bit of topsoil, we're about ready to plant. Alright, I've selected some plants I'm going to plant in this area. This area does get full sun in the afternoon, and I'm kind of planning this in tents because of the wildlife. We're going to put a fence up in next week, but also and tomato cages tomorrow around some of the plants. But if I need to share, I'm going to share until I get that fence pest proof. I'm planting red seed potatoes, and it says they're edible, so that's good. Let's see if my seed potatoes look as pretty as those potatoes when I harvest them. The reason this garden is being planted this way, for the new viewers to our channel, is that our house isn't even built out here yet. We're living in an RV. We're going to have raised beds and a kitchen garden, but until then, I'm having to do some makeshift beds because I just can't stand being out here and not growing food. We're about 2 minutes away. Deer come across this property. We're going to be putting a fence around this garden next week, and I'll do a video follow up on that. But I'm getting ready to plant the red seed potatoes now. Okra. This is Clemson spineless okra. I soaked it overnight. It's supposed to help with germination once you plant it, and we'll just see. So we love okra. Some squash scattered around here. So I'm thinking if I have things that are growing underground, I can have some things growing on top of the ground. And I have some climbing seed, which will be on tomato trellis, and that's the garden bean. It's a Burpee Kentucky Wonder. Picked up some peppers, some basil to go with the tomatoes, and I tried to pick up little plant pots that had more than one pepper plant in it. This one had 3, and then my tomato plant had 2 little tomatoes in it. So anyway, that I might be able to get the bonus plants out of there and hopefully save them. These are a couple of sweet potato slips that I have been growing off of a sweet potato that I put in water, and then I took the slips off, the shoots, put them in a mason jar, and started some roots. I have some more that are rooting still, and they're going to be towards this end of the garden. So let's get planting. Oh, did I say that I have red onion on the back? Yeah, I've got some red onion on the back too. And I'll probably take a few of them and put them over in the little herb bed, because something ate my mint, and I've got a spot for a couple of them over there. All planted. We're all planted. It's not very impressive, but it's what we can do to grow food out here at the JRC. We'll see how it does until we get the fence up to protect it from the deer. And over here is the area where I planted the herb garden. We have just been drowning in rain for the last week and a half, several days in a row of rain. The herbs, I added some feed and Epsom salt to them today because they were just looking a little yellow, and they probably need more nitrogen with those leaves, especially look at this. This is thyme. The tips are really looking yellow. What I did is that I had some extra red onion bulbs, and I planted them in a spot where I had previously had mint, and something pulled the mint up by the roots and ate it. The plants that are here are supposed to be deer resistant, not deer proof, and we saw tracks, so it looks like about 4 deer crossed over into our property last night. Fresh tracks because of the mud and the rain that we had yesterday. So, our raised beds. Raised herb bed, and I'll put a link to the little video that I did on it in the corner. And our bigger bed. All those rocks hubby and I carried and built this little bed. We'll see how well it does out here in the country. Thanks for watching.